Hi guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we're going to find out who can't stop thinking about you. So we're going to find out whose mind you are on, get some clues as to who this person is. Maybe it's someone that you are also thinking about, maybe someone you hadn't even considered. So we have 3 readings to choose from today. For reading number 1, we have this green Aventry. For reading number 2, we have this Malacola. This is actually Malachite and Chrysocolla together. And for reading number 3, we have this Amazonite heart. So as usual, take as much time as you need to select your reading. Pick the pile that feels like it's calling to you the most, or the stone that you feel the most drawn to. I will have your timestamps down below in the description box, and I am going to go ahead and hop in with reading number 1. I'll see you in your reading. By number 1, if you were drawn to this green Aventrine, this is going to be your reading, and we're going to find out who can't stop thinking about you. So let's go ahead and flip your cards and get our first clues as to who this person is. So first we have Taurus. And to clarify that, or to kind of support this energy, we have this 7 of Cups. Okay, so this person could definitely be a Taurus or some other earth sign. This could also be somebody who came into your life around late April, like April 20th to May 21st, around that area, or during Taurus season. This could be someone that you met during that time. I'm hearing in the springtime, so someone that potentially you met in the springtime. I'm also hearing spring break might be significant in this connection for some of you. So of course that won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you, you might have met this person over spring break, or maybe gone on a trip with them during spring break or something like that. But definite Taurus energy here. So there's probably something significant that took place in this connection in or around Taurus season. If this is a love interest, I would have to say with this kind of Taurus energy here, this person is a very passionate, a passionate lover, probably a passionate person in general, very passionate about the things that they care about, the things that they're interested in. They could have even shown you some of that passion, if not in a physical way, then just in the intensity of the connection that you felt with them. The sign of Taurus is ruled by Venus, so this person could have very, very romantic feelings towards you. And like I said, be very passionate. If this is someone that you've already had a physical relationship with, then I feel like that's something you would know about them. Like the amount of chemistry between the two of you, I feel like it's something that's difficult for you to ignore. And I'm also picking up on that, like, even if this relationship hasn't gotten physical, or it hasn't gone very far physically, maybe it's like that spark and that chemistry is apparent to you, even if you haven't actually entered that sort of relationship with this person. This could also be an indication that this is someone that has very intimate fantasies about you. The 7 of Cups is kind of a card of fantasy, of illusion, even of visualization. So this can be someone who has very vivid and very intense fantasies about you. So I think that, I think what I'm seeing here is not only who this person might be, but also the types of ways that they think about you. So this person is definitely fantasizing about you. They're using some of that passionate energy in their fantasies. This could be because you're at a distance from this person, or you're not in a solid relationship with this person. Maybe it's been a while since you've seen them, because I'm picking up on there's some very vivid very vivid imagery here when it comes to thinking about you. And this doesn't have to be in a passionate sense. It could be that they have a very clear picture of you in their mind. Even the way the 7 of Cups is, they might have a photo of you. I'm getting like a photo that's like of your face, like kind of like how this card is depicted. They might have a photo of you or a very vivid memory of the way that you look in general, or the way you looked on one particular occasion, and this keeps coming to their mind. This is something that they're kind of replaying, and it's very, very vivid for them. So I am picking up on if this is someone you haven't seen for a long time, and maybe sometimes you wonder if they still think about you, or if they still remember you, or something like that. That it's really important. Like your guides are saying, it's very vivid. There's something very vivid about the imagery that this person has, the memories that they have about the two of you, or the last time you interacted, or something like that. Super clear, super clear image. It's like the image of your face is burned in their memory. There might also be, this is interesting. There might also be a connection around singing or music with this person. So they might have a connection to really any of the arts, but music and stage performance seems to be highlighted here. So, yeah, I'm thinking there might be a connection here in terms of how you met this person or this person's interests. I'll kind of circle back to that because I'm still feeling that out. With this Taurus energy, as many of you know, and these cards are great about just spelling it out. Each astrological sign kind of has a theme or a saying that summarizes kind of what that sign is about, or some of the main attributes of that sign. And for Taurus, it is I have, and that's actually just printed really clearly on this card, so we see that. For some reason, it's almost like this Taurus energy combined with the Seven of Cups is screaming to me right now, I have choices. I have choices. So this could be like, I have choices, I have options. The Seven of Cups being a card of choice, of a lot of different options, and also of illusion at times. So this might be somebody that you view as a person that has several options, and that could be maybe romantically, or in their life in general. So it could be that this is someone who's very financially secure. That Taurus energy is pointing towards someone who's very successful, or who is building and growing some type of abundant success in their life. It could be that they are extremely intelligent and therefore have a lot of options. They can do a lot of things. This could also indicate that this is how this person feels about you. This really could be mirrored energy. It could be that both of you are feeling this way, but it's highly likely that this person is also viewing you as someone who has many options. That could be an indication that they might feel like you're slipping away from them, or like you're exploring options with other people in the meantime, like if you're not in connection with this person. But I feel like both of you from time to time have thoughts like this, like have thoughts that maybe the other one has found someone new, or it could be that this person actually was in another relationship at some point, or still currently is. Maybe you're not quite sure, but it feels like you might be viewing them as someone who could move on, someone who may have explored different options, and they're seeing you the exact same way. So that's interesting. If that energy is mirroring for you, that's pretty interesting. You're both, I think you both think very highly of each other, and probably are well aware that other people are potentially interested. This can also, like I was saying, it doesn't have to be romantically. This can be someone who maybe moved away, is considering moving away, might have different choices about the job that they take or the location that they choose to settle in, something like that. And this could actually be a reason that you're not in contact with this person, if that is the case for you. This can also be read as someone who has a lot of choices or decisions to make. So if there's a lot up in the air between the two of you when it comes to this connection, it may be that this person is feeling kind of overwhelmed by all of the decisions they need to make, or all of the different things that they have to consider before they can come to a firm decision on something. I also feel like this is someone who's very attractive, and also very down to earth. And what I'm picking up on here, and I want to word this correctly because this isn't I'm actually not even getting a negative vibe from this at all, but it's not meant to be taken negatively at all. But I do think that this is a person who at times might come across as pretty stubborn or stuck in their ways. Like it might be hard for them to break out of a particular pattern of thinking once they've made up their mind about something. I feel like to a certain extent, this is someone who would describe themselves as like a realist. I think sometimes, to be honest with you, I think sometimes this person can come across like they're being negative or like they're not looking on the bright side. Like they might be viewing the cup as half empty rather than half full. Because if they've made up their mind about something and it kind of leans toward a more negative outlook, it will be kind of difficult to get them to change their outlook on that thing. But I mean, it works both ways. If they have decided to be more positive about something, then they can stay on that train as well. But I do think that this is someone that it might be a little bit hard for them to switch things up at a moment's notice, to change their mind at a moment's notice. That is, I think, what's most challenging for this person, to change their mind about something. It kind of feels like sometimes they feel that it's like they have to be realistic, or they have to make responsible decisions. They might be someone who has a lot of people depending on them. And that could be why they feel like they have so much to consider before they can make any choices or before they can make any changes. That could be kind of what that energy is. Again, though, I feel that that music thing. I feel like there's a musical connection. Like this person might want to sing or perform, or maybe you met this person in that sort of setting. We'll see if anything else like that comes out. But yeah, that's kind of a general overview of the energy there and who this person is. So I wonder if you already have in mind who this person might be. If it's kind of a mystery to you. Let's look at some tarot. And see what else we can find out about this person that can't stop thinking about you. So we have the Star, which is really interesting because I was talking about this. Yeah. The Star can be like really hopeful energy. Somebody who has a lot of hope. They might have a lot of hope when it comes to this connection. This also to me is like a card of fame or of attention. So this person they really might be some sort of performer or have aspirations to be some sort of performer or to grow a platform in some way. I'm getting performance arts vibes though from this person. I really am. For some of you, I think it's singer, actor, something like that. Yeah. Let's keep shuffling these cards and see what else comes out. I'm getting the sense that this is someone who's made a lot of changes in their life, though. And that's really not... I'm not saying that lightly, considering this Taurus energy. We have the Lovers. Considering this Taurus energy, it's like... any changes that this person has made might not have been that easy for them to implement, because they are a person who can be kind of a little stubborn, or can be a little bit slow to change their mind about things. So really interesting. This connection, something about this connection or something about you might have prompted some changes in this person. 8 of Daggers. I'm going to pull one more card. Whoa, there it is. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. Let's see what we are looking at here. I feel like this person may have gone through some kind of loss in the recent past. This can have to do with something in their life in general. It can be something really personal to them, loss of a relationship. This could even be talking about the connection that you have with this person. If that connection has maybe fallen off a little bit, if there's been a little bit lost here, if if you can kind of relate to that feeling. I'm getting those vibes from this person, from this energy. Something has changed. I feel like something has changed for this person. And that's kind of that star energy. So this might be them breaking out of their comfort zone, breaking out of their usual box. It could even be that this connection in general, like you meeting this person, the two of you coming together, might have changed this person in a way that they never anticipated. And honestly, in a way that most likely was a little bit challenging for them. They might have felt like they had a lot of choices, a lot of things to consider before they made any moves, before they changed anything. It could have been kind of overwhelming, to be honest. With the Lover's card following the star, this is actually really interesting energy because I feel like this person can sometimes have a negative outlook when it comes to love or romantic connections in general. I feel like they can use that kind of glass half empty outlook to approach their relationships, especially romantic connections. They might feel like things never work out for them, or like something hasn't worked out for them in the past, so they don't expect it to unfold beautifully in the future. And this could have to do with the loss that they face, like the loss of some kind of significant relationship, or like I was saying, the loss of a relationship with you. It could be what's kind of driving them to have this outlook. Like, it just feels like they don't think that things go smoothly for them. That realistic side of their personality kind of creeps in, and it sometimes makes them think that true love or finding that ultimate fulfillment isn't real. It's like they think that's not real life. Almost like they wanted to believe in that, or at certain times, like they have wanted to, or they have in the past believed in it, and it proved to be not real for them. So it's almost like something, it feels like it's out of reach for them. They can kind of creep into that type of thinking. It feels, I think sometimes to them it feels like it's silly. Like it's a silly fantasy is how it's coming across. They feel almost ridiculous believing in it. And what I get here, like the star, the lovers, I am kind of hearing like star-crossed lovers. I think the combination of these cards are saying star-crossed lovers. And that tells me that this person worries that this relationship, or really any relationship that they get in, is doomed to fail. So it wouldn't surprise me if this person has had some sort of major heartbreak, the end of a really significant relationship, the end of a marriage, something like that, that made them almost stop believing in love. So interesting that they're thinking so much about you when it's like they don't even believe in the feelings. I mean, they want to tell themselves that they don't believe in these feelings, that it's too good to be true, that it's not for them. Maybe some people can find that sort of love, but not them. So yeah, I feel like it's some past life experience has taught them to not hope for too much, not to get their hopes up too high. The fact that things haven't always worked out has really made an impression on this person. And I feel like that realistic side of them, it's some sort of protection mechanism, because it's almost like if they feel like they remain realistic, if they don't hope for things that are pure fantasy and that could never happen, then they won't be disappointed. Yeah, they don't want to get their hopes up. And I think the Seven of Cups energy kind of plays with this negative attitude, because they recognize that they have a choice. They can choose to believe in the possibilities, or they can believe in what their past experiences have taught them. The crazy part about this, and the reason I was kind of laughing at this energy of the star and the lovers, is the crazy part about it is The star and the lovers combined can signify kind of like this match made in heaven feeling. It gives me strong soulmate vibes. It talks about the kind of partnership that really lights you up, that honors you for the person that you truly are. And I feel like deep down, that's the kind of connection that this person truly believes in, despite what's happened in the past. And they kind of find themselves questioning whether that truly exists sometimes, but it's like deep down, they know that it does, especially because of whatever this connection has triggered in them. It's changing their mind. It's changing their mind. That's what this, I think that's what the idea of this change is that this connection has changed their mind, or it is in the process of changing their mind. And this doesn't seem like a person who changes their mind very easily. So this can call into question a lot of ideals that this person has held. It can kind of turn their whole world upside down, because it's like this is something they've taught themselves to believe in, to hold steady to. And I think they value that kind of steady energy, but then at the same time, something has shaken things up. With this Ace of Daggers in reverse, they might not be ready to share this new perspective. The Ace of Daggers is about, or Ace of Swords, is about new energy, new ideas, okay? A brand new perspective. So this can be when you're like having a burst of inspiration, you're realizing something, you're coming to some sort of revelation. But this is coming up in reverse. So I feel like this is something that this person is keeping to themselves for now as they try to sort through this. They try to figure out how exactly their mind is changing, or what they're going to do with this new perspective. They don't feel ready to share it, but it also feels like they're moving away from this feeling of love being doomed for them, and like they're starting to believe in the possibility that things could work out. I think this is someone who can go quiet sometimes with that Ace of Daggers in reverse too. They can really they can work a silence like no other. I feel like when they go silent, they really go silent. And if they don't go totally silent, they're also someone who's really good at holding back the truth if they need to. If it's something they don't want to share, if they're coming to some realization about this connection and they're not quite ready, or they haven't figured it out completely for themselves, they can hold back. They can kind of like fake it, where some people would let it show. If they really don't want to share this with you, they might keep it quiet. It's reminding me now of the Taurus I have. Like when they have something in their possession, and in this case it might just be this new idea or this new perspective, they're really concerned with just holding on to that, just making sense of it, just making it feel solid for them, sorting through all of the options that are presented with the Seven of Cups. Yeah. I think knowing what this person is thinking can be challenging sometimes, especially during a time like this when they're working on changing their outlook. It can be really hard for you to decipher what they are thinking and feeling, because sometimes I feel like they don't even know what they're thinking and feeling. They haven't made sense of it yet. And I'm telling you, if this person hasn't made sense of it, it's going to be really hard for you to make sense of it, because they won't, it just feels like they're not likely to present the problem. Like, let's solve the puzzle together. They kind of want to have some understanding of what's going on before they discuss it too much. It feels like with this Eight of Daggers, it just feels like they've been in a bit of a mental prison when it comes to this. It's like they wonder if they should believe what their past is telling them, if they should believe their old story. Like, should they keep believing that things never work out? That they should be realistic and not expect miraculous things in their life? Or should they lean into this new story that's starting to unfold? Yeah, I get this like teeter-totter energy is how I want to describe it from this person. Like, they think a lot about reaching out to you sometimes, and then they change their mind a lot, or they do reach out to you and they kind of get in their head too much about it and end up pulling back after they have reached out. They can definitely get in their head when it comes to this connection, because at the core, they are a very practical person. And it feels sometimes like the practicality is there to protect them. So it's like they lean into it because it's the armor that they reach for, is how I'm kind of getting it. They always can rely on that steadfastness. They can rely on their logical mind. They can rely on being practical and making reasonable decisions. They can't always rely on this emotional feeling that they feel because it's foreign to them. But with this Page of Wands here, I feel like they want to embrace this new opportunity or this new outlook instead of worrying about it. I feel like there's this impulsive nature that's behind all of this. Really, really interesting. I can feel the conflicted energy because I feel this solid groundedness. I feel this want for them to kind of move slowly, move methodically through this, figure it all out. And then there's also this impulse to charge forward without thinking too much. It really feels like it is hard for them to not buy into that old story. But to be honest with you, they're kind of tired of the old story with this Four of Cups in reverse. They're kind of sick of it. They're ready to welcome in some kind of new possibility. It's like this whole thing has already run its course for them. So this is definitely somebody who's in a period of transition. And I feel like these vivid imageries, these vivid images, I shouldn't just make up words like that, I'm sorry. These vivid images that they have around you and around this connection, I feel like are playing a major role in this. So like, this might be someone who's really gifted when it comes to visualization, or they're just kind of discovering this about themselves, because I feel like it's like, it's keeping you on their mind a lot. And it makes it hard to ignore. It makes it hard to be realistic, or to not believe in a feeling that's so strong and in a feeling that's like kind of dictating. It's like running circles in their mind. So it's kind of hard not to focus there. You know what I mean? Okay, whoa. Your card just flew out. We have Patience. Yeah. Let's get one more. Oh, we have potential. Wow. Okay. I feel like that says it all right there. They see the potential in this connection. In fact, I feel like this person wonders a lot if you see that potential as well. They wonder a lot and they say very little with this Ace of Daggers in reverse. I feel like they might not come out and ask you, like, do you see this going anywhere? Because I can't stop thinking about you. It's like they keep that to themselves. They wonder if you believe in this enough to kind of take a risk with them, whatever that means for you. So there might be a need to make an important decision with the Seven of Cups energy. There might be the need to leave something behind, if not just that old story, but potentially more old patterns, things that are comfortable, leave an area of your life behind, potentially even leave a partner in some cases, I'm hearing. To risk waiting to see how this whole thing will play out is what I think is scary. It's scaring them. I think it's scaring them in terms of how much they're going to wait, but mostly they're worrying if you're going to wait for them. There's a lot of decisions this person needs to make. And I think the very first decision is the decision to change their story or not. Their decision to believe that there is potential here, that it is worth it, that it's not going to crash and burn. If this is someone you have history with and this connection has fallen apart in the past, they're afraid that it will go the same way. And it feels also like if this is something new, they've had something fall apart on them before, and they're afraid that any new connection is going to go that same way. They're kind of terrified of that. Yeah. It might take some time. I mean, with this patience card coming out, this is a mindset shift that might take them a little bit of time to make. But it's like the potential that exists in this connection is kind of crazy. And I think the potential is the only thing that's kept them, kept them going, is how I want to say it. If the connection didn't have this amount of potential, they would have given up on it a long time ago. They wouldn't be, they wouldn't still be thinking about you. Because it's honestly easier to not think about this. It's easier for them to retell and replay their old story than it is to believe in a new version. So we have Temple Secrets, and we also have Violet Fire. Okay, Temple Secrets, exactly, next to this Ace of Daggers. This person doesn't always say it all. They can be kind of secretive. They can keep their feelings to themselves. They can be quiet sometimes. Secrecy, isolation. This is kind of a reiteration of this Four of Cups energy. This this energy of kind of moving into like a hermit mode. Four of Cups in reverse gives me hermit mode vibes, isolation, observation, kind of taking it all in and reconsidering some things. And also with this Violet Fire, this is all about transmutation. This is about detoxification, psychic vision. And then my favorite part at the end, which I think really describes some things here, it says constant distraction. And I think that's what you are for this person, a constant distraction. We were talking about how vivid their images of you are, how vivid their memories of you are. And I feel like because it is so intense, it's almost like they're reliving things again. They're reliving conversations. They feel like you're there with them even when you're not. It feels relentless to me, and it also feels like the type of energy that really would force change, because they can't really escape it. These thoughts, they really can't escape it. But this idea of transmutation and of detoxification, this is about bringing in new positive energy, switching up the story, switching up the flow, having new energy be present here instead of that old story repeating. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Really interesting. I think this is a stubborn person that you've managed to get to budge. So really interesting energy. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another video really soon. Bye. Hi, number 2. If you were drawn to this Malacola, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out who can't stop thinking about you. So let's flip over your cards and try to see if we can get some clues about who this person might be. So we have here Mercury retrograde. This is reinvention. And we also have the King of Swords. Okay. I'm so drawn to this 51 on this Mercury retrograde card. It's bringing me some sort of like Six of Wands vibes for whatever reason, but really the energy of 6, which is really stable energy, potentially something coming into more stability. This could be something that you've noticed about this person, something that's changed about your connection, or something that you can look forward to. So I just want to throw that out there because it's just jumping out to me so significantly right now. Like it might have something to do with this connection or who this person is. They could have recently just moved into a position that makes them more stable, or received some sort of promotion, or graduated, or something like that, like moving into a more stable energy, into a more victorious energy. That's just totally random message for somebody, but that might give you a clue as to who this person is. With this Mercury retrograde, I can't not think about the idea of revisiting something from the past. So the person who can't stop thinking about you very well could be someone that you have had a past connection with, someone you have history with. This is definitely someone who is intelligent, very intellectually focused with the King of Wands and this Mercury energy. Very quick, very, very smart. This person is possibly an air sign, an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Libra. I'm also getting, this is funny because like a similar message came through for group 1, different timing on it, but like for some reason in this reading I'm getting messages about the time of year that is significant, and in this case you might have some sort of winter connection with this person. Maybe a birthday that is during the winter, or an important memory that you have with this person that took place in the winter. Interestingly enough, January, February is being highlighted here. Yeah, really interesting. So let me know in the comments down below if you know, like, is it a birthday? Is it like when you met this person, or an anniversary or something? I do feel like this is a past connection for a lot of you. I'm also hearing that this could be someone that you didn't hear from all winter, or something like that. You went a long time not hearing from this person, and it could have been during those months. Yeah, let me know. I don't know what that's about. What I'm seeing here is that this is the type of person that weighs the pros and cons about everything. They're very intellectual. They can be very in their heads. They're always thinking, they're always considering. This is someone who likes to have all of the facts, have all of the information. You know, that could be why this Mercury retrograde energy is here. Especially if this isn't a past connection, because there's something about going back over things. So it might be that both are true. This could be a past connection, and what I'm about to say might be true, but it could just be that that this person is really going over it could suggest that this is the type of person that goes over and over and over the details of this connection. They tend to replay conversations that you've had. They reread old messages that you've sent them, or old letters that you've written them. They replay interactions that you've had with them. Mercury energy, King of Swords energy. I'm getting a lot about intellect and about communication. If this is someone from your past, I feel like something in their situation, some part of their life circumstance has changed. Really a feeling of reinvention with this Mercury card. They've reinvented some part of themselves or some area of their life. Or they're very aware that they need to. These changes that have been made, or the changes that need to be made, may very well have something to do with a previous discussion you've had with this person. With this retrograde energy, this could be something that the two of you talked about, something you asked them for, something they promised you. Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that feeling that this has to do with something the two of you have communicated about, something you have spoken about, and they're either implementing this change or they're thinking a lot about it. One thing I will say about this person is they they think, they reflect, they take the time to do that. So like if you're thinking maybe that conversation went right over their head, maybe they don't remember that conversation, maybe they're not even trying to make those changes, I would say that's probably not the case with this person. This is someone who's either already implemented the changes or they've thought a lot about it, so they're trying to figure out how they can. Whether this is a past connection or not, something about this has prompted a lot of thought for them. And I feel like they give you credit for causing some sort of big change within them, which is causing them to make or to want to make some kind of big change in their life. It's like a feeling of needing the outside to match the inside. So if they're approaching this big transformation and it's an internal thing, they also want that to be reflected on the outside. They want to be able to show you. They want to be able to show themselves. They want to let the change be known. This can also, it's so funny. As I'm saying that, I'm thinking, is this about your relationship potentially coming to light? Because there is kind of a feeling that they want something to be known. They want it to be obvious. They want it to be revealed. They want the way that this has changed to be apparent to everyone. So this could be like a connection that was hidden at one point, or it wasn't made official enough for anyone to really share it publicly. And it could be that they want to move to that space. We're going to look at the tarot in a minute. Maybe we will pick up more on what's going on there. Yeah, there's something in their life that they really, really want to change. It feels like that they're feeling that somewhere along the line, they may have misstepped or they got off track in some way. They might have felt like this connection got off track at some point, or maybe like it didn't progress according to the timeline that they originally expected, or maybe it's the timeline that you originally expected. But I'm hearing 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So that could be about this connection. Like every time it seems like there's progress, you guys have had to kind of like back up, or they have personally had to back up and like rethink things, reconfigure things, that kind of energy. You're never far from this person's mind, though. It feels like they're constantly revisiting thoughts of you and maybe even revising interactions that they've had with you in their head, imagining things going a different way. I feel like that's a big part of what they think about. Should have said this, should have done that. If I had said this, then I bet we'd be to this point by now, or something like that. It feels like they imagine themselves being more of this King of Wands. I'm so sorry. This King of Swords energy. It feels like they feel themselves, or they want to imagine themselves being more assertive, more direct, more communicative in general. So this could be a huge indication of what they want to, how they want to change. Change to embody this King of Swords. Change to have clarity around what they want, and have more clarity around how they communicate that to you. Let's look at the tarot. I feel like for some of you, this person is living in the past a little bit. It could be that this is all part of the transformation that it feels like they're going through, to kind of look at what has happened in the past. But yeah, that's what makes it feel like this might be a past connection, because they really are, they're kind of replaying things very often. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers actually showed up in reading 1. So interesting that we have it here. Let's see what else. Two of Crystals in reverse. The Hermit. A lot of reflection. There's so much thought. This person is, there's just so much mental energy. I don't know if that's because they're just like highly intelligent or if they always rely on their intelligence, but there's a lot of mental energy here. Authoritarian. This is the Emperor. Let's pull two more cards. There it is. Got the Five of Cups and Temperance. Okay. Let's look at this. Whoever this person is, they're feeling some kind of disappointment about how things played out in this connection. I feel like there's a range of the level of disappointment that they feel. For some of you, especially if this is brand new, it might be minor. It could be they just wish they had said something different the last time they saw you, or they wish that they had more time to spend with you, something like that. But because I'm picking up on, like, for a lot of you, this is a past connection. This is someone you have at least a little bit of history with. It can be heavier than that. I think the amount of disappointment that they're feeling is a little bit heavier. With the Swords energy that we were talking about before with this King of Swords, they may be disappointed in themselves for something that they said or some way they communicated in the past. This can even be a little bit of regret about something that they didn't say rather than something that they did say. So this can be that they left something out, that they should have been more forthright, more forthcoming with their feelings, or with filling you in on some detail that happened in the past. Like I was saying, it seems like this person wants to be or is moving toward embodying the King of Swords energy. So they may be wanting to be someone who's able to communicate more clearly, or wanting to put words to the things that they're feeling, like figure out a way to communicate that. But I do see them worrying that it might be too late, that they may have lost their option with you, or that their choices may be limited now when it comes to this connection with this Lovers in reverse. That's really the feeling I'm getting. And by the way, like, it's not necessarily the most uplifting thing to have the Lovers come out in reverse, but the fact that the Lovers are here, it's actually a sign that the feelings in this connection run pretty deep. And really what this is saying to me is they feel like their choices have been stripped away. The Lovers is all about choice. And in its reverse position, it can talk about strained relationships or about challenging communication. So they may have had a difficult time communicating with you, but because of whatever difficulties there are, whatever obstacles there are to get over, they wonder if they still even have the option, like if they can still choose you, if you're available for them to choose at this point. It feels like, what's interesting to me is the Lovers in reverse too. Like, another message that's coming through is that feeling of like something is off, like something's not in harmony. So they might be worried a lot that this connection isn't as harmonious as they would like it to be. I'm kind of reading the cards in this way, like the Lovers being the first and Temperance being the last. And what I think is really interesting about that is we're starting out with disharmony with the Lovers in reverse, and we're ending with balance and harmony with Temperance. So this is again showing me that this is somebody who wants to move to this more balanced place. They want to move into this King of Swords energy. They want to move into the energy of someone who is commanding, is in control of themselves, is in control of their communication, is very direct, is purposeful, can get their point across. You know, do you get what I'm saying here? It's like, it almost feels like they were a little bit out of control, or like they didn't love, not out of control in a chaotic way. Let me try to figure out what this energy is. It's more like they may have acted in ways that they don't feel was an authentic representation of what they wanted to do, what they wanted to say. And they want to correct that by now behaving towards you in a more authentic way. I hope that makes sense. But they worry that they've blown their chance. Some of this person's values may have recently come into question. It looks like it did prompt some kind of shift in them, something in them that makes them want to move into the King of Swords energy. There's really strong Aquarius and Gemini energy here, but there's also some Earth energy, particularly Virgo energy present. So they may be feeling a little self-critical right now, almost wishing that they could rewrite history with you. At the same time, though, it's like they know that the transformation that they're going through is necessary. Something about this connection has pushed this person forward on their own personal growth journey. So this kind of like big energy with the Lovers, the Hermit, the Emperor, the Authoritarian here, and Temperance. 4 major arcana. It's big energy. It's almost like this connection forced this person to grow. There might have been some problem with commitment here, or a challenge when it comes to making a firm decision. With the 2 of Crystals in reverse, if they had to, I feel like if they had to weigh different options, and especially if it's a choice between 2 very distinct options, they might have been confused about which decision to make. So much so that they might have chosen to take the path of not really making any firm decision at all. But they are trying to figure out what they really want, or how they want to handle the situation. They know that they can't actually change the past. They can't go back. So this Mercury retrograde energy isn't going to allow them to actually go back in time and undo something that they've done, unsay something they've said, or say things they never said and change this in some way. They understand that. But they also understand that they have the power to reflect on what has happened in the past, or to take the time to reflect on their feelings with this Hermit energy. So they are putting themselves in a more empowering position to take a different action in the future by kind of like exploring what has happened. They can get caught up in thinking about everything that was lost, or how things could have been different with this 5 of Cups energy. You can see it's challenging. The challenge of the 5 of Cups is to look at what still is there. Look at what's still good, what's still positive, what still remains. Because there's 2 cups here. There's 2 cups that are still standing. There's 2 cups that are still great. And it's also at the same time tempting to just focus on the 3 cups that have been turned over. So I think that that's a challenge that this person is facing right now, and something that they're working through. It's really easy for them to relive these memories of the past and to beat themselves up, but they're trying to move into a space of being able to see what is still salvageable here, what communication could still be had, how could this still work out. And a lot of their thoughts are thoughts of the past. Yeah. I feel like in a lot of ways they're sort of stuck in a loop, and this may have been something that they've explored multiple times. They may kind of find themselves going into a place of revisiting the memories of the past, and revisiting some of the ways that they that they could have done better, like some of the ways that they wish they had been more of the King of Swords. And that can happen from time to time, depending on how long this has been going on. They might find themselves in this reflective energy over and over again. I think they're really, at this point, they're focusing on, or trying to focus on, what's still left and what works and what opportunities they still have here. This can even be about them planning and preparing for the next time that they see you, or the next time the two of you speak. If there's something in the works, or if they're planning to contact you, I feel like they're in kind of an introspective mode right now, because they want to bring this new energy, and the way that they have changed and reinvented themselves, they want to be able to bring that to the next interaction that they have with you. They want to say the things that they didn't say. So it's really a feeling of like, this person isn't reliving the past just for the sake of doing so. They're revisiting the past to learn. They want to learn from their past mistakes. They want to like figure out what worked, what didn't work, and actually do something different in the future. They want to bring harmony to the situation. Like I was saying, the Lovers in reverse, something's not right. It really depends on what stage of connection you're in, because this could be actually an issue that came up in this connection. Somebody, like, we're getting that past energy, so this could be a connection that ended. This can also just be that they aren't as close to you as they would like to be, that this connection hasn't progressed the way that they would like. So it feels like there's not harmony here where they want there to be, and they're trying to move into this energy of temperance to bring in that balance. They want to fix something, or they want to grow something. Let's look at some more oracle cards. Let's see. I feel like this person, there's something really strong about their will. Really getting Aries energy here from this person. So this can just be about how they operate, how they move in the world, but it can also talk about their signs, their placements. They could be a fire sign. We have stillness and transformation. My goodness, that I feel like that's what we were talking about, because we have this hermit energy here, and there's something changing. There's a need to change, and there's some kind of transformation that this person has made. So I do feel like this is somebody who potentially has gone quiet, or when they're in the phase of trying to make this transformation, they retreat, they kind of turn inward, they go into this hermit energy. So that's what the stillness is about. But this is exactly it. This person on the outside seems really still. They can seem like they're not doing anything at all. Like they're not reaching out, they're not talking, they're not making any progress. It might seem like they're not taking enough action, but that stillness is the hermit energy, and it's reflective energy. So they are reviewing the past and looking in the mirror to find what needs to be transformed. They're not looking outwardly anymore for like circumstances around them to change. They're changing their perspective and changing their outlook in a way that's forcing them to look to find that change within themselves. Review and revise is how this is coming through. They are reviewing the events of the past so they can do this differently. Now, this can speak to past relationships that they have been in, and ways that they've handled things that didn't work out so well, or that they weren't completely happy with. But I think for a lot of you, they are reviewing and trying to revise situations that happened between the two of you. I want to pull 2 more oracle cards. Hopefully they can provide a little bit more clarity. I would love to know if this is somebody from your past, because it just, it just really, really seems like that. And it does seem like this idea of review and revise is like totally key to them. Like they really want to come through as somebody who's extremely mature and someone who is a leader and that can show you like what their thought process has been and what conclusions they've come to. So we have light body. Let's pull one more. And we have divine creation. Okay. So this light body card, it's actually interesting. It says independence brings comfort, past restrictions, ancestral healing. So this is showing this person going through a major transformation, like we were talking about here, in a healing process. And it's also, to me, reiterating that that energy, that hermit energy, that still energy, and that reflective place that they're going to. Independence brings comfort. It's like they need time to pull away and to figure this stuff out for themselves, or they're taking the time, or have taken the time, because the next time you're around this person, they want to be like in command and control in some way. They want to be very direct. They want to get some things off their chest. They want to tell you things. I feel like they really replay what has happened and think, I could have handled that better, or I could have been more direct about how I was feeling. So they're really in this place of like needing to reflect on these things and needing to bring about some change and I think to them it's feeling like healing, because a lot of this can be habitual patterns that this person has experienced. They're breaking away from past limitations, ways that they felt restricted before. This card says past restrictions. So I feel like this person most likely has felt restricted in communication, with Mercury being a planet ruling over communication, and we have this King of Swords energy. They probably have felt restricted when it comes to being open and being direct about their feelings. So they're actually working on that. Let's look at this card, what this card says. Divine creation, acceptance, personal commitments, and euphoria. I feel like this person is going through a process of accepting what happened. They don't want to repeat the same mistakes, but the first step in that is to kind of accept how things have played out thus far, so that they can figure out how to change things going forward. And I also am getting the feeling that they're making a lot of promises to themselves. They're making promises about how they are going to behave, how they're going to act, how they're going to communicate, and how they're going to move toward this happier and more harmonious feeling. Really interesting energy here. Yeah, I think that's all the messages I see from you, or for you. I really think that for you guys, this is a past connection. Let me know in the comments if this is someone you had history with. This might even not be who you were originally thinking of when you clicked on the video. But potentially hearing the description might have triggered something else, and you might realize that someone else is really thinking a lot about you. So yeah, I think I will leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this video, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 3, if you were drawn to this Amazonite heart, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out who can't stop thinking about you. So let's flip your cards over and get our first clues as to who this person might be. We have Grand Shrine, Blessings, number 46. And we have the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of messages coming through, and I was actually like paying a lot of attention to the number that was on your card, because in the last reading, like a strong message was coming through regarding the number of the card. And in this case, I'm feeling like this is something that maybe is new, or someone that you felt like you started a new cycle with, or like you closed out a cycle with, and this could be their energy as well. They may have had this feeling, but I'm just kind of getting that sense of completion with the number 10. Adding the 4 and 6 together, there's a sense of completion. So this might be someone that you started a new cycle of your life with, or it kind of feels like a new cycle started, or something something changed, something transformed, or broke open is what they're saying to me. Very that's very odd. Like something cracked wide open when you met this person, and this can be their energy. This could be something you felt as well, but it can also be just how they're feeling about this connection. I'm getting very dreamy vibes just from these cards, and the way that they look together, very like starry nighttime, really beautiful like nighttime sky vibes. So there might be some connection with that in this relationship, or when you met this person, something about being under the stars. I'm also hearing it's like maybe you talk to this person at night a lot. Yeah. It just feels like some kind of new cycle popped off when this person came into your life, whether that's on their end or your end, probably both. But it just feels like something new started. So this is definitely someone that you have felt strongly connected to. You've maybe even felt some kind of divine or spiritual essence about this connection. I feel like that's true whether this has been communicated openly between the two of you or not. And in a lot of cases, I feel like this might not have been discussed openly. I am picking up on that for some of you, this is a newer connection, or a connection that hasn't progressed to the level where these kind of thoughts or ideas are shared openly. Like almost like you're both waiting for the other one to say it. So this could be something brand new where it's like you really like this person and you feel very drawn to them, but you're not saying it yet because you're kind of waiting to see like, well, do they like me too? Are they going to say or do anything? And this person's doing exactly the same thing. So it could be that. It could be maybe a connection that's a little bit further into it, but like these deeper feelings, because I'm getting like really deep feelings from this group already. Maybe some of these deeper feelings haven't been discussed. It might seem overwhelming. It might just be a difficult conversation to have. So I am getting the feeling that like in terms of fully communicating the depths of these feelings, that might not have happened yet. I say yet because it does feel like something that will happen in this connection. It feels like there's some strong feelings going on both sides, and these feelings will be communicated eventually. Regardless of all of that, like I'm saying, it's mutual. Like if this is someone that you found yourself thinking a lot about, the feeling is mutual regardless of whether or not this person's communicating it to you. There could be a very good reason why they're not communicating to you. They could be extremely shy, or there's something about this connection that makes it feel like it's not the right timing to kind of unload all this heavy stuff, but the feelings are there and it's feeling completely mirrored to me. So strong feelings on both ends. I think both of you feel like this happened for a reason. With this grand trine, we have blessings. And there's also a mutual feeling of like high regard and happiness when you're in each other's presence. So this is the type of person that you look forward to seeing. They look forward to seeing you. You look forward to having conversations with this person. This person makes you smile. Everything I'm saying is mutual. It feels very, very mirrored. This is how the two of you feel about each other. This feels like all really good vibes. So I feel like this is someone that you really do feel comfortable with and you feel at ease with, and they feel that same way. It seems like a true match, or the feeling that you're on each other's level, whatever that means. Yeah, whatever that means to you, it feels like maybe this is someone that you can have conversations with, someone who you share interests with, someone who has like a similar sense of humor, or Something like that. It almost feels like both of you are aware that you've met people before where it doesn't really feel like it doesn't feel like this much of a match for whatever reason. It doesn't feel like the two of you align in the ways that you would want to. It doesn't feel like the other person understands you the way that you would want to. Just sort of like an intuitive and innate knowing of like where you are, like not physically, but that could actually be a part of your connection, like being able to sense each other, but like, you know, kind of like knowing what's going on in the other one's mind, being able to meet them where they are, being able to understand each other without a lot of explanation. It just feels like past connections haven't felt like they flowed that much, like you weren't completely on the same page. And in this one, something's different. It could be that you're very well matched spiritually, so maybe both spiritually evolved, or it could be other interests that you have that you share. But I feel like this person is someone who noticed immediately that there was something different about the connection that the two of you had. And I feel like you noticed that as well. But I also feel like nobody said anything. So let me know in the comments. And plus, we're going to look at the tarot, so I might be able to tell. But it's like, it just feels like both of you were feeling these super strong emotions, and you didn't necessarily let the other one know that those emotions were there. So it's like neither one of you really knows if the other one is on the same page, but it's totally mutual. And there's a lot of strong energy here. This person feels like they were really lucky to have met you. It just feels like something just works. I wish I had a better way to describe this, but it's like something just clicks, something just works, something flows naturally and effortlessly. I also feel like with this trine energy, the two of you might share similar astrological placements. You might be the same sun sign, or it could be that like your moon sign is this person's sun sign or something like that. I'm also getting heavy Gemini energy. So somehow Gemini is significant here. Maybe Gemini season is relevant to this connection. We're actually in Gemini season, just into Gemini season at like when I'm recording this. So that could mean that something's about to change in this connection. It could be that you have just met this person, it's fairly new. It could also be an indication that this person wants to reach out to you and is going to be taking that step like in the next month or two, because it feels like something significant either has happened or will happen during Gemini season. Interesting. It really does feel to me like some progress is going to be made in this connection within the next couple of months. Maybe that's just about getting a clearer understanding about where the two of you stand. It might be communicating some of these feelings, but it feels like something will move forward here. I get the feeling that both of you feel like your story has been forever changed because of this connection, or that it will be forever changed. Like kind of this feeling of like, I'll never be the same after this. You know what this is giving me, because I was saying before, like it feels like something happened, like with this 10, the end of a cycle, the closing out of a cycle and the beginning of something new. It almost feels like this connection might be tied to a spiritual awakening for one or both of you. Like something really big, something heavy and significant happened around the same time, or this connection triggered that. And it's like something that you know you'll never forget. You're never going to forget this person. You're never going to forget this period of time in your life when you were going through all these changes or when you were having all these realizations. And it feels to me like everything I'm saying is mirrored equally on both sides. And I just don't know if the two of you are to a point where you would communicate about that, but it does feel like things will never be the same because of this connection. In some way, something will never be as it was before. The Two of Cups is a card of not only harmony, but of partnership, of proposal, of marriage. So there is the feeling that this is this is someone who's very important to your story, and vice versa. Like the two of you will play or have played very important roles in each other's lives. And then what's really strange is I'm getting, with this trine energy, I get the feeling that for some of you, a child might be involved in this. So you may have a child with this person, or one of you may have a child or may have children. The idea of one child is really standing out to me because I'm getting a message about a family of 3. Like when the two of you join together, it's more than just the two of you coming together. There will be 3 parties coming together in some way. But it does not have to mean that there's only one child. This can be about just, I'm getting like a blended family kind of vibe, or like the two of you growing something together. So this really could be, this is either someone you already have a child with, or maybe someone that you've really thought about starting a family with. I'm also hearing fur baby. So for some of you, this third party here, and I don't mean third party in terms of other relationships. Of course, that energy is present. This is a general reading, and that could be a part of your situation. If that's not something you already know about your connection, it's not a reason to worry. Like, this shouldn't cause any concern that there's going to be a third party. It's really not that feeling. It's actually a feeling of creating something together and growing together. This could even be a business partnership, like a business you want to start with this person. But I was also hearing fur baby. So this could be that one of you has a pet, and when the two of you come together and maybe move in together, it's going to be like a family of 3. I just get that vibe. Also, the number 3 could be very significant to you in terms of spiritual evolution. Also in terms of the evolution and the growth of this connection. You could have been seeing 3s a lot around meeting this person or something like that. I do think this is someone that can see starting a family with you, and someone you maybe have thought about that with as well. If it's not actually having children, then there's kind of a feeling that this is someone who wants to lay down roots with you, someone who you've thought about like establishing some kind of firm foundation with, moving in together, getting married, something like that. It feels like those kind of thoughts are very much mutually happening on both sides of this connection. Let's look at the tarot. I'm so curious now. I'm anxiously grabbing for the deck so I can see what's going on here, because this feels like really intense energy. It feels like some kind of like divinely orchestrated type of connection, which is really interesting, because I feel like there's a reading I did not that long ago that had this sort of energy. So I'm wondering if like same kind of group I'm picking up on, and maybe you'll be watching this video too. Like, you'll know the reading I'm talking about if you selected that pile. We have Judgment. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like this person really knows what they want now. Something about this connection brought them a lot of clarity. Let's see what else we have. The Star and Death. Major theme in this reading so far for all the groups has been some type of transformation, and that is no different here. This is actually a really strong sense of transformation here with the Death card coming out. And then the Magician. So yeah, we're dealing with some transformative energy here, and maybe even the energy of manifestation. 10 of Daggers. Chancellor of Crystals. That's Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. Okay. let's look at this. I'm noticing too that, let's see, we have Judgment, the Star, Death, the Magician. So 4 out of 6 cards are major arcana. I feel like it was reading 2, same exact thing. 4 out of 6. Major energy here. That's strong energy. That's like, this is an indication of themes that have been repeated, or transformation that's been taking place over a significant period of time. This isn't like all of this just happened yesterday. So even if this is someone that you've just met recently, this is about like potentially healing past wounds, transforming in ways that each of you have wanted to for a long time, and somehow this connection has pushed that transformation forward. It's kind of maybe even forced it in some cases. This person without a doubt feels like this connection has changed them. There is no question about that. And we were already kind of talking about that, but then the first 4 cards that come out are major arcana. So this is like, these are major life transformations. These are major ways that they're viewing the world, viewing themselves differently than they used to. Getting a very empowering energy from all of this though. Like, it feels like the change that they are undergoing is very empowering. I do pick up on the fact that whatever kind of burdens or stressors this person has in their life, they can, I feel like these, by the way, the burdens and the stressors, it doesn't have to be anything like huge in their life, but I feel like it could even just be their responsibilities. But it does make them feel like they might not be able to offer you what you really want. They're kind of worried about their ability to offer you what you want, regardless of all this transformation that has happened. Because I'm seeing this 10 of Daggers and then this Chancellor of Crystals in reverse, Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. So it feels like this is someone who is very loving and nurturing towards you. They have this desire to like care for you, to they want the best for you is what I'm reading this. They really want the best for you. They actually want to be kind of that nurturing energy, that supportive energy for you. They want to be there for you. They want to just create all of this harmony with you. But there's something that's holding them back, something that they either view as a burden or some type of really intense responsibility. And this can be just how they view it. They might view it as an intense responsibility. I was talking about one or both of you as having children potentially, and this could be the case for them. It could be that the responsibilities of being a parent sometimes seem overwhelming to them, or the idea of starting a relationship while having to juggle their job and their children and whatever else they have going on is kind of a lot. So it does put them in this place of like, can I provide what I really want to for this person? Because we're looking at this situation where they're viewing this as a blessing, and it almost feels like they're willing to do this transformation. They're doubting if they can emerge on the other side as somebody who you want to be with, someone who you trust, someone who you feel comfortable with. I feel like these responsibilities, at the very least, they make them feel like they might not be as available to you as they would like to be. That's the feeling I'm getting. Like they can't see you as often as they would like to, or you're not talking as often as they would like to. And it might be that they're overwhelmed with all of the responsibilities that they're trying to juggle, that they're trying to keep up with, all the weight that's on their shoulders. One thing is for sure about this, that this whole scenario, this connection has really made them gain clarity about what they want. And it looks like what they want is partnership, it's commitment, it's 2 of Cups. That's what they want. And that's what they see in this. You give this person hope And you've somehow triggered them to take more control over their circumstances or over their future. It's like they don't want to play a passive role in their life anymore. So any way that they felt like they weren't in full control of what was going on, or they were just kind of rolling over and letting life happen to them, it's like they want to step into this more empowered place, because I think it feels like their chances of having something successful with you, like almost like they just can't be in this passive place. They have to make certain decisions, certain changes. They have to grow. They have to transform. They have to figure out how to balance and juggle all of these things if they want to get to where they're actually trying to go. It feels like they want to step into more of a place of like, if they see something they want to be able to reach out and take it. They want to be this magician that knows, kind of like knows how to create the scenario that they want, has all of the tools and knows what to do. As much as it might overwhelm them, I still see them wanting to push toward changing for the better. I think this person is manifesting whether they realize it or not. The funny part is we were kind of talking about like this connection potentially triggering some type of spiritual awakening for one or both of you. I would say for this person, it definitely did. And that might be why they're in this phase of manifesting, because this might even be something that they've looked into, that they are trying to master. It might also be something that they are doing unconsciously, but there's this feeling of like, them stepping into a more spiritually awakened version of themselves and actually starting to create their life by design. So they might not realize yet that they are manifesting, but they are trying to change their circumstances, and it feels like they're trying to do this from the ground up, from the inside out. Real, true transformation. Even in places where change hasn't stuck for them in the past is how I'm picking up on this. So this might be transformation that they've been dancing around for a while and not actually able to like fully implement the change. You give this person a lot more confidence, it feels like. They do still doubt themselves from time to time, but they're working on this huge transformation. And they want to express to you all of this if they haven't already. I think they want to use this magician energy to create the outcome that they want. At the same time, though, it's like they realize that they're not going to completely change overnight. They know this, and I think they know this from experience, because all of these major themes coming out, this is like, for a lot, I'm almost 100% sure that these transformations and these changes that this person has made, these are not things that have just occurred to them yesterday. These are things that they've been trying to manifest for a long time, changes that they've been wanting to implement for a long time, and they couldn't figure out how to do them, or they didn't have the strength to do it, or they didn't have the time. They didn't feel empowered enough. And that's what I was talking about. Somehow you've grown this person's confidence enough to like make some of these changes that have been a long time coming. Yeah. I feel like this is someone, honestly, who has hit rock bottom in a lot of ways in the past. I feel like they're someone who really has, they've known what it's like to not feel this. And that's why their thoughts drift towards you, because they know what it's like to be in connections that don't fit, that don't work, that don't feel they don't feel harmonious. They know what it's like. They know what it's like to love and to lose. They know what it's like to have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of weight on their shoulders. So this really could be someone who feels like they have in the past hit rock bottom. Yeah, I feel like they know what it's like to literally scrape themselves off the ground and to have to rebuild. And I feel like this is someone who has healed and they have rebuilt in the past. But the level of transformation that they're going through now feels like the biggest healing experience and the largest amount of growth that they've ever gone through. And I think it's because some of the past trauma and the disappointments that they face, they never truly healed from some of those things. But it kind of felt like they just needed to keep going. And this could go back to the amount of responsibility that they feel. It's like they didn't have time to fully process, to fully heal, and to make whatever changes they needed to. They just had to keep moving. They had a family to take care of, or they had responsibilities, and they just kept going. I think that's why their responsibilities can weigh on them really heavy sometimes. It feels like something is being like triggered in them. Yeah, like some of these past experiences are being triggered in them, and that's probably where this little bit of lack of confidence is coming in, because they've been through this before and they felt like they didn't fully implement the transformation, but now they're in a place where they are. I wonder what this means for this connection, because I feel like it might be moving forward, because these changes are happening and these changes have been in the works for a long time. Yeah. It really feels like they're starting to be able to accept more blessings into their life, and you are one of them. They might have felt like they didn't deserve this in the past. They hadn't grown to a point where they would be willing to accept something that feels right, that feels perfect, and that feels like it flows. But it feels like they are like ready to do that now, and they're working on that feeling of deserving it. They're working on believing that those blessings are real and that they're possible and that they're happening for them. It feels like they're taking more control over what's going on. Let's see. I'm going to grab some of these oracle cards and see what else, what other messages we can get about this person. Okay. So, yeah, we have taking risks. Let's see. What else? Oh. Just saw that card as I flipped it. We have taking risks and action. Wow. I do think that something is going to progress in this connection. Also interesting that we were talking about it being Gemini season at the time that I am recording this video. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have been watching the video when it was first put out or anything like that, but it just feels like there's this energy of like very soon something is going to change and transform in this connection. Very, very soon. Like you might be meeting up with this person. They might be reaching out to you. They might be telling you about some of their deeper feelings, but it does feel like it's a risk for them. It feels like this isn't something that's easy for them. There's a lot of transformation that's been taking place, but it's like they want to take that risk now. They want to like try things out. It feels like they want to step into the magician energy. Like they are almost anxious to do it, because it feels like it's been a while that they've been trying to implement these changes. But I wouldn't be surprised if this person reaches out to you, maybe tries to lock something down, solidify things a little bit more, ask you out, commit, make something official. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all, because they are looking to take action in this connection now. They're looking to get this Two of Cups energy going. We have Golden Light Ray. That is the most cheerful card that I've seen in this deck. Let's get one more. And energy attachments. Okay, let's look at this. So I just get such happy energy here. And like with this whole reading, we're talking about blessings. We're talking about Two of Cups energy. We're talking about like real happiness and things clicking and things working. So this card says love and laughter, receiving and giving gifts, passionate projects. So yeah, I feel like this is this is about giving and receiving. It's a mutual feeling. Two of Cups is very mutual. It's that feeling of things being on the same level, things being on the same page, things working in harmony. And I feel like this is how you make this person feel. that happy. You're like a ray of light in this person's life. Wow. Moving on to this energy attachments, this energy exchange, negative influences and self-sabotage. And I feel like there's an incredible energy exchange that's going on here, and it's triggering such a deep level of transformation. This person is transforming on a deep personal level as a result of this connection. I do feel like there is still a little bit of a tendency to self-sabotage here, because they're a little bit scared. You know how this is coming through? They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to disappoint you. They don't want to make promises that they can't keep. And because this is transformation that they've been waiting for a long time, it kind of feels like there's a little bit of doubt there. There's a little bit of this Queen of Pentacles energy in reverse. They're just not sure. But they're making major leaps and bounds here. So yeah, I think this is learned behavior, that self-sabotage. Like if this person pulls away, it's because they don't want to disappoint you. It's because they've gotten in their head and thought, I might not be able to offer everything. And they view you as such a blessing and such a bright spot in their life that they don't want to do anything to hurt or disappoint you. So I am picking up on that. But I think what's most important is the action. It feels like this person is about to go into action. So I guess we're going to be venturing out of this place of them just thinking about you, and they're actually going to be moving towards you. So yeah, number 3, I think that's all the messages I see for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.